Hi guys, Rino Mašić here, and today I'll be showing you a basic setup on the arm wrestling table for beginners and for people who are just starting off with arm wrestling. And I'll be briefly going over a few setups for a hook, top roll and a press. So let me show you. So before you even place your elbow down on the pad, you're going to take one of your legs and put it forward in the middle of the table. The leg that you're putting forward is going to be the same as the arm that you're arm wrestling with. So in my case, I'm arm wrestling with my right arm here, and I'm going to place my right leg forward, leaving the other leg behind, or in this case, my left leg is going to be left behind. Then I'm going to lean my hip on the table like so, and just then I'm going to be placing my arm on the pad, grabbing my pin and squaring off my shoulders. And now I have a basic setup for a match on an arm wrestling table. So to just briefly go over the setup for the three fundamental techniques in arm wrestling: the hook, top roll and press. First I'll be showing you the hook. You're going to want to stand on the table like I just showed you earlier, like this. Then you're going to take your elbow and put it as far in the middle of your body as you can and set your elbow down. You're going to want to stand quite tall with your body, not super tall like this, but just tall enough that your chin is over your wrist. Then you want to square your shoulders off and put your arm in the middle of the table. And I just want to mention, when you're training any of these movements or rehearsing them just so you get better at them, please always simulate the movement as much as you can to a real match, because if you train your hook like this and then you start and arm wrestle with someone from that position, when you come to a real match and the referee squares you off and sets you all correctly, you're going to be super uncomfortable and you're going to be in an unknown territory, and you're not going to be able to perform as well because you got used to this position and not to this one. So train from a simulated position of a real match. After you square off and put your hand in the middle of the table, the next movement of your wrist is going to be supination and cupping. From your whole body, you're going to want to turn in and keep your elbow behind your arm to set a hook. After that, you're going to want to use your side pressure and your bicep to pull your opponent down. Notice that when I'm arm wrestling, and this is one of the most common mistakes I see beginners make, is they keep their elbow on the table when they're going down, like this. And then you're limiting your range of movement. You want to avoid the table completely by lifting your elbow up. Doesn't matter where you hold the pin, the easiest is holding it up like this, so you can lift your elbow high when you're going down. So lift your elbow and go around the table so you don't limit your range of movement. And that is how you hook. So to get set up for a top roll, you're going to take a stance like I showed you in the beginning of the video. Actually, all of these techniques use that same setup. The only difference is when it comes to the placement of your elbow on the pad, or the way you place your elbow compared to your body, and how you're going to place your body higher or lower. But for a top roll, after you've taken that stance, you want to take your elbow and put it as far as you can on the edge of the pad, like this, so you have a height advantage. You're going to want to keep your riser high, not let it flop down like this. This is another technique called the low hand top roll. I'll be covering this in another video, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be showing you just a regular top roll. After you put your elbow as far as you can on the edge of the pad, you close your hands and you want to place your body a bit lower than you would in a normal hook, like this, so you can access the maximum amount of your power that you can from the very beginning of the match. After the match starts, you want to drop your body down and do a seesaw motion. You see, this is like a seesaw motion. You want to do that, and you want to use your back pressure by pulling your elbow back like this from the pad and immediately going with your side pressure down and pronating the opponent's arm. And again, you're dropping down all the way, not letting your elbow limit your range of movement by keeping it on the table. And that's how you top roll. So to get set up for a press, you want to take the same stance that I showed in the beginning of the video, and as I said, all of these 3 techniques use that same setup. After you have that setup, you want to place your elbow down, again as far in the middle of your body as you can, and this time you want to sit your body quite high up, so you are basically looking down on your hands. When they're closed, you want to have a good view of the knuckles and everything. That's how you know that you're in a good position for a press. And as well, you want to place your elbow on the far edge of the pad, so you have the height advantage. You want to close your hand, and with a turning motion of your whole body, press the opponent's arm down like so. The way you do this is you lock your tricep so you don't let your arm fall back on you like this, so that tricep is nice and locked, and then you do a turning motion and again pressing the opponent's arm down like so. And that is how you press. So guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope this will help you better understand the setup on the arm wrestling table and the 3 techniques that I briefly went over. I will be going way more in depth into each and every one of them, how to set up, how you should hold your wrist, how you should enter in that movement in a future video. But if you have any other suggestions for a video that I should do, please leave a comment. I'll be reading them all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.